let's see, I do about 6.5 miles an hour on bike. That's what, 12.5 kilometers, so that would be about 3-hour ride, 4-hour ride, if my math is right. I don't know if my math is right. Anyway, we were doing the I don't know why that's called cargo freighter. It's a passenger ship. Civilian transport passenger ship. Titanic. Mark 1. It's got a range of... Oh, it doesn't have a hyperdrive on it yet, that's why. Range of 6 sectors, that's good. Standard fuel cells, so that's good. And then the mining ships. Now the mining ships we're going to add a little bit more to this time around. Now, the difference between the freighters and the mining ships and the mining stations you actually plop down onto a moon or planet, and they will continually mine that moon and planet, which the freighters will then come and pick up the materials and deposit them at your colonies as needed. Or not as needed, but on a regular basis. The gas mining ships and the mining ships, they go to planets that do not have mining stations on them and pull up minerals directly from whatever. What they do is they take a look at your empire requirements. Yes, watch out for ice comets. The mining ships will take a look at your empire requirements, or what they consider your requirements to be, and if there is a planet with that material in hand that is not being actively mined by a mining station, they will go pull up those materials and deposit them at your colony. So they're just another means of obtaining materials that are needed by your colony. So we've got the Garrix hyperdrive and the standard fuel cells. We're going to boost the cargo capacity on these ships, and the base or ensure we're at close to max hyperdrive speed as well. Because if we come up against a shortage, these are going to be our stopgap measure to get those shortages fixed. The civilian economy never builds a lot of them, but having them available with a decent capacity is a good idea. So they've got a 2,000 cargo capacity. They're at max hyperspeed. They have a range of 8 sectors. That's a little bit too much, I think. I'll drop that down to 6 sectors. Again, that's 3 sectors out and 3 sectors back, and a decent speed. So this is what we will use for our mining. We're also going to bump up. Okay, we're going to change this slightly because we're going to bump up the amount they can mine at a time by boosting, adding. Oh, well, maybe we won't. Those are awfully big. Let's add a gas extractor. Oh, it is not over our size. Yeah, that will put us over the size by 16. Okay. Now we can pull one more fuel cell off. That'll take it down to 10. And I guess one... Cargo bay, 1 thruster. But that'll double our extraction of gas and luxuries. Take a quick look. We don't have any armor or shields on it, so we'll just fill it up with armor. And we're going to have a new ship size capability here in the near future. So, yeah, I don't need to change the names of these. And what we'll do is we're going to do the same thing and make this a mining ship. So the only difference will be instead of mining gas and luxuries, it'll mine base metals and minerals and luxuries. So we're going to copy that just to make sure we have the same. Change it to a mining ship. Pull the gas miners off in favor of mineral extractors. Mining engine. They're actually a couple points smaller than the other ones, so I could actually probably add the other cargo bay back. If I pulled an armor off, I could either add an engine or a cargo bay. Let's add the cargo bay. And pull 2 pieces of armor off. Oops, 4 pieces of armor off. So it'll be unarmored, that's fine. These ships don't often get attacked in my experience. Okay, it's a mining ship, Mark 1. And that should be our most recent build. Okay. Pizza ordered. Sounds good, but I have food made for today already. Okay, so that is all of our civilian ships designed. Now, again, you cannot control the civilian economy in any way, any real way. You can't directly control it. There's a few things you can do to indirectly control, and doing the ship designs is one way you can indirectly control. Now what we'll see is our spaceports here start filling up with civilian ships as they retrofit, as they finish their existing mission and go for retrofit. We'll unpause that and we'll watch the construction yards fill up here over time. Let's see. Oh, we still have, what is that? Exploration. Oh, we still have military ships not available to okay, let's take a look at my fleet right now. Again, now the fleet has a little bit of range. I can actually, this dashed outline here is the range of your selected ship or fleet. Well, there is a lot to take in, but again, you don't have to do it all at once. You can go into your Empire policy screen, and let's say you just want to start with, let's say, colonization, research, and your military. You can put everything else on AI control and just control 1 or 2 aspects of the game at a time. You can either put it on full military control, or you can put it on suggestions. So you could have the AI do all your espionage, counter-espionage, or you could have the AI suggest missions to you for you to actually make the decision on. It gives you basically a way to prompt you, hey, you can do this type thing. And you can do that with just about every aspect of the game. In fact, when you go into, I don't know if I can do it from here, when you first set up the game, let me take a quick look at options here. Under automation, I have it on expert, which means I'm doing nothing. You can actually put it on rule and absence, and it will actually completely automate every aspect of the game, and you could just watch it. There's other defaults you can do. If you want to just play a diplomat, it would basically then allow you to run the diplomacy, the trade, and that type of stuff while it runs military and research and development and all that type of stuff. Or you can actually do things one by one. So yeah, it is a lot, and certainly if you were to jump into the game the way I'm running this game right now on full manual control, it is a lot. But they have a fairly robust, not perfect, but fairly robust AI that is quite capable of handling certain features of the game while you concentrate on other features. And of course, I've made things all the more difficult just for the size of the game that I'm running. I'm running basically a max size game. I have a 15 by 15 sector game, which is the largest, 1400 star systems, which is the largest, and 19 alien empires to start, which is the largest. So yeah, this is a potentially a huge game. I figured it would be fun as a long term. And we can see, oh my, look at all of these ships running through my space scanners here. And these are all pirates. And these are the pirates that do not like me. Which direction are they going? They're coming down to the colony. Okay, they're working on taking control of this colony. And it looks like the two pirate factions are actually fighting each other over this colony. Which I like to see. I'd love to see pirates fighting each other. But I'm certainly going to be wary of putting any construction ships into play in those areas. Right now, that they're the only pirate faction that is unhappy, completely unhappy with me. So I will be. Oh, construction ship. Too bad. Again, I can't capture ships yet. That's curious. I mean, I have a black border on both sides of my screen. Or are you talking about playing the game? You have a chunk of screen that's... If that's the case, let me see if I can find a... I think I don't know if I've seen anything about that in the tech support or not. What resolution are you playing the game? I'm not sure I understand. Okay. There is one thing you can do. Just a second. I will post. I just found this link the other day. You can put it into a full windowed mode. There's an INI file you can edit. See if I can find the link real quick. I think it was actually on Steam that I saw it. Just a second. Where am I? J. Steam. Distant Worlds. If you open this file here, this startup.ini file in your Distant Worlds universe installation section, just open it with Notepad. Take away these apostrophes in front of screen width and screen height and put in your resolution, and you can run it in windowed mode. I'll leave that up for a second, make sure you got it. Okay. I found that. I'm not sure if I found that in the Steam forums or on the Matrix Games Distant Worlds forums, but it's on one or the other. Okay, so we were looking at our fleet, and you can see the range of the ships have improved drastically with the Garrix hyperdrive. Let's take a look at our... Okay, they're still on retrofit mode. Got this one with no mission now. Are you retrofitted? Let's zoom out. I can't tell if you're retrofitted or not. That's because I don't have the construction ship selected. Oops. Stand by one moment. Okay, sorry about that. That's not what I wanted to do. I lost my train of thought there for a minute. No, you have not retrofitted yet. So let's send. Okay. Oh, that's that shit. That's why. I need you to start looking at something. Okay, we're going to go into the expansion planner here. And I demoed this at the end of the last session here. Yeah, except it wasn't actually using those values, I don't think, which is because I'm not using those values, and I'm in a full screen mode, not a windowed mode. Maybe I don't know, but that should help you out. Maybe there was a advanced settings. Yeah, because there's no actual full screen mode in here. I don't know. Somehow I had forced it into full screen mode anyway. So this is the Galaxy expansion planner. This is where you plot out, well, guess what? Your expansion, your galactic expansion. The colonies here are self-explanatory. These are existing planets that you are potentially capable of colonizing. If they have a native population, it shows here what their race is, the resources, etc. Quality of the planet is important. The higher the quality, the better. The size of the planet is nice, but it's not as important as quality. Resource targets by empire priority. I use this quite a lot. If I am running into somewhat of a shortage, this will show you what those shortages are and show you where the nearest resources of the type are. Up here at top is a list of all resources in the galaxy, and this is useful because if you come up here, it says I'm short of dilithium crystal. Well, what do I need dilithium crystal for, I wonder? I come up here and click on it, and it shows a list of all components that need dilithium crystal. Titan Beam, Pulse Wave, Plasma Thunderbolt, Schecter Firestorm, Exterminator, Ion Defense, Death Ray. All these things I need. The only thing is, I'm not actually using any of these components right now. So at this precise moment, I do not actually need the dilithium crystal. I don't have a lot of it. I have 23,000 in stock, but no sources of it. It also shows galaxy supply and demand over here on the right. So there's 2 million in stock in the galaxy and a unfulfilled demand of 145,000 right now. So there's a galactic shortage of that. So something to consider. The price of it is going to start going up. Base price starts at 0.8. That's when there's plenty to go around. But the price will start climbing. Like silicon, there's already a slight inflationary blip on silicon. There's not enough of it to go around galactically. I have one source of silicon right now, and then your luxury start at a slightly higher and stage up from there with a 600 price tag put on the Carabian spice. Anyway, the other one, Tidarios. Let's take a look and see what I need Tidarios for, and see if I need to prioritize that. That is a strategic resource. I like sorting by type here. It's needed for a lot of things as well, including nothing that I am currently building. So, however, let's see, is there anything immediate future? Meridian shields would be the closest thing, and I'm several techs up away from that. So I don't have any real priority here. Let's take a look at galactic priority. There's always going to be a shortage of the gases, Castellan in particular in the early game, but I have plenty of sources of that right now. I have 3 sources of that right now. Let's go for this one. Zetras, it's already in a system that I control. It's got the silicon in high quality quantities and a luxury resource, Wiconium, which I have. Do I have any sources of Wiconium? I have one source of Laconium right now, so it would be a duplicate, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and send a construction ship up there. Okay, which one of these is not retrofitted? One of you are not retrofitted. I don't know which one. That must be the one that joined me. But it doesn't have the number of plants. Oh, no, that one is not retrofitted. So let's go ahead and retrofit to the new type. Cancel your current mission and retrofit. That one's retrofitting and that one's building. Okay. So we are off again. In the meantime, the rest of our ships, hopefully our civilian ships, start their retrofit process here. Let's see what their mission is. Transport hydrogen Caslon with nothing queued up at the moment. Okay, we got our first defense fleet here, solar defense fleet, set on a defensive stance. Let's zoom out just a little bit. We're going to take a look at current system. If we look at over here, we can show the fleet postures. If I switch this, well, it's not changing anything, is it? Okay, we'll leave it at current system. Maybe I'm not zoomed out enough. Nope. Okay, so for some reason I can't show that at the moment. Maybe it's just being overwhelmed by the by that. Let's see. Fleet is probably not powerful enough to have a... Oh, what just happened? Okay, civilian leader has increased their civilian construction speed level. That's good. Exploration ship retrofit complete. So now we can send, and we can see the exploration ships have a huge range. Now mind you, at this point again you're looking at halfway out and halfway back. That is max range, so we can actually look at these clusters here reasonably, but we still have clusters nearby that we need to take care of first. We've got one up here that looks like it may have finally finished exploring this system. Let's take a quick look and make sure everything's explored. There's a high-tech research bonus there. Okay, yeah, everything in system is now explored. So we need to send you out. I don't know if this one's fully explored or if we pick this up as part of the other Empire's knowledge. That is not fully explored, so we'll send this exploration ship up there. Finish that off. Now there's a couple ways you can handle the exploration ships. In the early stage I tend to micromanage them just because I need to know what all of my local resources and potential conflicts are. Later on, and I'm going to go ahead and build a couple right now, and these are going to be fully automated. They're just going to go where, generally where the nearest unexplored location is how they tend to act. So I like having a few unautomated while I control a few others so I can target the exploration. You can see if a star has a name associated with it, then I have done some exploration in it. If like these stars here have no names, I haven't even been in the system. I don't have any knowledge of anything about those systems at this point. I want to find out where their other base is. Okay, let's take a look at our intel. Let's take a look first at our diplomacy screen. Taking a look at Empire races, I do not know where the Gazarian conformity live yet. I'm not spying on the Ancient Guardians period. So we're going to send an intelligence agent and try to find their territory maps. It's always good knowing where their capital. First of all, you have to know where the capitals are in order to conduct diplomacy with them. So I'm going to come in here, my best I don't have anyone with actual espionage, but his concealment bonus will come in handy for trying to steal territory map. So the Gazarian conformity, we're going to go steal territory map, and these all have different difficulties. If I send him out for 1 year, he has an 87% chance of success. Drop him down to a 3-month mission, and it drops to 74% chance of success. Same thing if I change it to steal galaxy map, 1 year drops down to 79% success. So for the time being, I just tend to go for the territory maps. There are some races where if you look at the racial victory conditions, some races have explore 100% of the galaxy as a racial victory condition, and with those, if I'm playing one of those races, I tend to steal galaxy maps of the individual races. Yes, you can steal tech. I do have this game set up for no tech trading, however. I don't know how it plays out in Universe, but tech trading in the earlier versions could give the AI, give the human a huge advantage over the AI. Again, I don't know if they've tweaked that in Universe or not, but for this initial game, I do not have tech trading. Yes, tech can be stolen. So let's just taking a quick look at the victory conditions for the races we're up against. This guy, and the victory conditions, the racial victory conditions are in red. The blue, green, yellow are all common across all the races, and that's to have 33% of the economy, 33% of the population, and 33% of the colonies. The red is the only differentiation. So somebody's got coffee, somebody's got pizza. Well, I still have a little bit of coffee left at my next autosave. I'll probably go grab some more. I also need to refresh my water. Okay, so for the racial conditions, those are individually tailored to each race. So this one has conquer the most enemy colonies, destroy the most enemy ships and bases, control the 3 largest desert colonies, and control 1 location supplying one of the 3 restricted resources. And you can see the progress they've made toward each of their victory conditions. At the 50-year mark, this game could come to an end based on some race fulfilling their achieving an 80% point victory, and that 80% encompasses all 4 areas here. My race is have the happiest population, and I'm 100% toward that. I've got the happiest population out of all the known race, and mind you, these are known races. 33% of the volcanic colonies. I own 2 right now. That is not 33% of all the volcanic, because at least the Shandar down here have at least 1 or 2 themselves. Also mine the most luxury resources. Okay, so I need to keep that one in mind. I need to make sure my construction ships are mining luxuries everywhere I can find them. And build the Lava Palace Resort Wonder. And that, under the energy and construction, is going to be one of the... No, it's going to be under high-tech and industrial, actually. Advanced construction, volcanic colony growth rate doubled. Should be one of these. Here it is, Wonder, Lava Palace Resource. So it's at the end of the colonization tree here before I'll be able to build that Wonder at 30 million research points. Okay, these guys here, they're a different race. Their victory conditions is start the fewest wars in the galaxy, so they're a pacifistic race. Have the highest private revenue in the galaxy. They're about half of what I have. I have a 10 million credit revenue right now, so I'm well ahead in that area at the moment. Earn the most trade income in the galaxy, so I want to be careful making trade pacts with them because that will improve their ability. And destroy the most sand slugs, one of the racial monsters in the game. The Shandar, that is my race as well, so they have the same victory conditions as I do. And the Gazurians are a race of Utikans, were they? They also are working on volcanic colonies. So there's at least 3 empires all vying for volcanic colonies. They also need to build the most military ships, build the universal hive wonder, spend the most time at war, and keep their empire's leader alive. And while this is saving, I am going to go refresh my water and coffee. I'll be back in about 2 minutes. Okay, and I'm back. So that is the victory conditions. Again, the way this game is set up, victory cannot be achieved until you're 2150 at the minimum. So we haven't picked up any more achievements. We can take a look at the overall score. I'm sitting at 106,000, and that race up in the far north is at 111,000 right now. So they're our nearest competitor, and they're not competing with anybody. so far that we have been able to tell. So they've been able to expand themselves fairly easily. Okay, exploration ship with no mission. So let us send him off. I'm not so worried about the south. There's no place to expand to the south. There's potential sources of fuel down there, and that's really about it. We're going to send you over here. We'll start, excuse me, start exploring out here, and we're probably going to pop down to this supernova over there and see if there's some sort of research or scenery bonus over there. And the construction ships. Did you finish retrofitting? And I missed it. Yeah, it looks like it. You've got 2 of the plants on it. There's your hyperdrive. Okay, so this construction ship now has the range to do something. Keeping in mind we need to mine luxury resources. But also wanting to keep it somewhat close and safe. Let's see if we can get some Megalos nut. Let's see where this is and where it is in comparison to everything else. That's not very likely to be able to keep it protected at the moment, so let's look at something else. Could do it this way too. This is all the resources in my sphere of influence, which are basically the 2 colonies I control right now. Ale, lead, polymer, chromium, carbon, and necrostone. That's actually a decent one to mine because we're going to need, I'm sure, more sources of polymer, chromium, and carbon fiber as a minimum. Let's see what our sources are right now. Carbon fiber, we have 1 source. Polymer, we have 1 source. And chromium, we have 1 source. So yeah, let's go ahead and... Oh, we already have a mine on it. Never mind. I guess that particular drop-down is where our current mines are. Okay, go back here. Galaxy priority. Let's look for something with... there isn't a lot. There is not a lot. Okay, let's see where... We can always use more Castellon, and that is in one of our local systems, so that's what we'll do. Again, for those that missed yesterday, there's a few ways to set up a lot of things. For construction, you can either select the ship and then right-click on a planet and select an option for it, or you can click on the object, come down here to the menu, and I can queue a ship to build a gas mining station there, or an energy research, or a resort base. Does this get an energy research bonus? It does not. So I don't know why I would want to do that, but we will queue a ship to build a gas mining station there, and that will take the 1 ship that we had already doing nothing and start it up that way. Now, for those that might be wondering, this blue line connecting our 2 colonies, that means we have a trade route between 2 spaceports there. You'll eventually see these branch out in multiple directions as my colonization improves. Speaking of which, we're only 5% through colonization. We have found a new empire. They're pirates, the Sephoki exports. And they are in this system. No, they're in my home system. There they are. So they've got a little no, that's Burning Buccaneers. And maybe they popped through my long-range scanner. Yeah, that's probably what it was. Oh, nope, there they are. They're in my system with an exploration ship. They're going to offer me a system map. I found this to be probably one of the more useless events so far. it gives me a map of the system, tells me what planets and stars are in there, but it doesn't tell me anything about the resources in it. So I tend not to give them that money. I found very little use for it. I guess maybe if the system had a planet that had research or scenery bonuses, it might be worth it. But so far, the times I've accepted it, basically I got a system. I did that early in this game and got the system map of this system here. One planet, no, I don't think it was that system. I'm down here, it was this system here. 4 planets, 4 moons, nothing special on them, and it didn't give me a list of the resources, so I had to go explore it anyway. All that does is confuse me as to whether or not I've actually explored a system or not. Again, as soon as I got the system map, the name popped up. And here comes the Ancient Guardians again. I think they're tangling with pirates. Look at this, two fleets plus a individual ship. Let's see if we can figure out where they're going here. They're not stopping at any of the systems that are under conflict right now. So unless they stop there, we may not see if they move past there. It looks like they did stop there. Do I have an exploration ship that is retrofitted? I do. Let's go take a look and see what's going on down here. It does look like they stopped there. And move back. It's a strike force. That was awfully quick for a battle, though. I'm on normal speed, not super speed. Well, we'll find out in a minute if there's anything over there. Again, still extremely early in the game. I mean, yeah, we've played 23 years. The first 14 years, I think it took us to get out of our own solar system. Roughly 14 years, I would guess. Colony governors increased their population growth skill level, which, okay, so we now know something about that colony governor. When he popped up at the beginning of the game, we knew nothing about him. So he's got the trait famous, which gives a colony happiness and a tourist income. And he's got 4 skills that scale over time: colony corruption reduction, population growth, facility construction speed, and mining rate. We are already at max population at our home planet, so I'm going to take him and transfer him to the other colony. And we'll take a look. That particular colony, and it takes him some time to get out there, is now up to 4 billion people. It started at 2.1 or 2.3 or something like that. And again, our colony is maxed out population at 27 billion. So we'll get the bonuses up here. Right now, the only resource on that planet is the Necros Stone. Eventually, more resources will potentially pop up over time at that colony as well. And I want to say welcome to those that have joined here over the last hour or so. Not sure how long I'll run this today. Certainly another couple hours at a minimum, I think. Okay, the Shandar Harmony, these guys down here, they're offering us some money, for almost 1,400 credits, and they want a territory map swap. Well, you only have 1 territory. I'm not going to let you know where I am at this point. I'm really hoping that I can actually assimilate these guys. Yep, no problem. And again, anybody, you have any questions or you want to see anything, feel free to ask. That's the main reason I throw these up online on stream. Okay, so we now can see what's going on in here. This may actually be their home colony. Based on what I'm seeing here, this must be their starting location. Utopia, it is. Okay, that's why all the activity down here. They've had fleets coming back here refueling and everything. So the Ancient Guardians, if you take a look up here, They are a non-player race. They're a storyline race, is what they are. I don't generally measure myself against them at any point in the game, just because, well, they don't count for victory conditions. The only thing that really you can measure against them is maybe the military strength, and obviously that does. I'm almost never going to fight them. You can see that they've got a 65,000 firepower, which means I have a firepower of about 5% of that, maybe not, maybe 3% of that. So, yeah, outnumbered, outgunned, out-tacked. I don't generally mess with the Guardians. At least I haven't ever yet. Okay, we've got another construction ship completed its retrofit. Okay, let's see. We have nothing there. We have nothing there. And for those unfamiliar with the pseudo-military display here, which is what you're seeing here, the round icons are your civilian economy. The triangulars are your military ships. The diamonds are your how do you call them? They're your exploration colony. They're your support ship. The exploration colony, construction. Well, no, construction ships are square. Exploration and colony ships are your diamonds, and then squares are your construction ships. So that's how you can see at a glance. So you can see some pirate military ships out here, some civilian independent ships, color-coded based on race and all. That construction ship is going back there to build a mining station. Okay. Are you retrofitted? You don't look like you're retrofitted. It's because you're not retrofitted. I think I've got a mission queued up there. He's going to build a mining station, then he's going to retrofit. If not, I'll pay attention to that later. We're about ready to complete point defense weapons. Can I crash research this ship size? Cost me 187,000 credits. We're going to go ahead and crash research the ship size. That'll give us size 300 ships. Allow me to build a destroyer class. Now, crash research can happen automatically as well as if you have scientists that get lucky, they can implement a crash research, or at any time that you can afford it, you can implement a crash research program. Crash research is nice because, as you can see, crash research takes it up to 3 times the research speed, which is nice in and of itself. But the other thing it does is it prevents a research setback, which can happen. It always sucks to get like 80% through a research and then suffer a setback and go back to 5% complete. And yes, it can happen, and it does happen, and it happens with not frequently, but often enough to be a pain. So on some of the important texts, you'll see when I have enough money built up, I'm going to crash research them. Some of them I don't bother with. Colonization is another one I'll crash research once it's about 50% or so complete. The worst time I've had with research setbacks was early game in a pre-warp game. So I'm still on my initial starting colony, and I suffered 3 consecutive setbacks to my warp field precursors. I lost about 25 years of game time still trying to get out of my home system. I ended up quitting that game. Okay, we found an independent colony of Shandars, our race, at the volcanic planet in Zartan Junction 2 in the Zartan Junction system. The population appears to be friendly toward us. It is likely we could colonize this planet. So that is up here, and that's good because that's one of the, I think this is one of the jumping off points I was hoping for. Let's see. Well, not quite. 1.5 sectors from there really doesn't get us too far in closer to these sectors that we need to jump into, but it is something. They're friendly, they're my race, so I can send a colony ship there and theoretically colonize it, although it will be tough because pirates have been active here. They have a hidden pirate base there. They also have a hidden pirate fortress there. There's one more stage, I think, one more stage. Let's take a look and make sure they haven't changed this. After the hidden pirate fortress, they get a criminal network. If they manage to build a criminal network, then that colony actually gives them ownership of that colony. And this is important because pirates cannot build colonies. They cannot build colony ships, which means they cannot colonize. However, if they get full control of a colony, they own that colony and they can start building colony ships themselves and become a real force in the galaxy. So, we definitely do not want that to happen. This is the Zubon Junction Buccaneers. I think I am going to try, if I can figure out how to do this, to get another... Well, first of all, before I try that, let's take a look and see what their relationships look like. They have some measure of control on 11 different colonies right now. They are a raider sect, as opposed to a smuggler or a balanced, or I think there might be a fourth type, but I can't remember what it is. They've destroyed 59 ships and bases. They've captured 42. They've carried out 19 successful raids, 12 intelligence missions. They currently have 73 ships and a 3,200 firepower, so they outgun me by quite a bit. They are not friendly with the Cruel Corsairs, the Fierce Mining Company right now. So they may be potentially fighting those two. I wonder if I can get someone to fight the other. They're going to impose trade sanctions on me again. I'm not worried about that. That's these guys over here. And I really don't have trade fleets that are really going to be heading out that way anyway. Okay, let me think about this. Let me see if I can figure out how to get... I haven't done this in quite a while, so we can assign a mercenary attack mission on that. That's a small spaceport. Let me see what else they have. If I can get one of the other pirates to start destroying their spaceports, that'll set them back some. I think I'm going to do it at the smaller ones too. Let's do that. Assign mercenary attack mission. Costs bidding starts at 16,000 credits. That's how much I will pay should somebody successfully do that. So let's assign that mission down there. In the meantime, I have an exploration ship landing here as well. We can see they have a few ships down here. Their frigates have a firepower of 45. They have destroyers with a firepower of 42, but a higher range and boarding capacity. So I'm not going to keep this exploration ship down here too long. Because I don't want the pirates to capture that. Our leader has increased its population growth skill level. Good. Now that's empire-wide as well. It's at a -2 right now, so he started with a negative due to probably a industrialist trait, but over time that negative is going to be erased and it'll go to a positive. So that's good. Okay, we've got steel on it. Now here's what you want to watch out for. This is a colonizable planet. It's a lava planet, so I could actually colonize it. However, it's got a quality of 16, which makes it a very poor proposition for colonization. So those are things that I'm generally going to stay away from until maybe late game. We have discovered the obelisk. of Zartan Junction, ancient ruins from a lost civilization at the desert planet Zartan Junction 3 in the Zartan Junction system. Our sensors indicate that the ruins are situated atop a large mesa in a desert plain. Should we investigate? Yes. As your survey team enters the ruins of the obelisk of Zartan Junction, they trigger a powerful galactic beacon. The beacon signals a nearby pirate faction, the Cruel Corsairs, and they send a band of raiding ships to your location. Eek! And the Cruel Corsairs already don't like me. Now, one of the last texts we researched at the end of last session was enhanced resource exploration, which gives us a range. Takes our range of from 500 on scanning for resources to 8,000. Before I got that enhancement, I'd have to be practically on top of the planet to see what minerals were there. But as you can see, I can see all the way out there what my resources are. So it greatly enhances your exploration. And I'm going to get out of there before the Corsairs arrive. Oops, that's a different ship under attack. Okay, so we have another pirate faction that is now going to battle. Oh no, that's the Cruel Corsairs. That's the same ones we've been fighting. Okay, that's a different obelisk. Whoops. So we had two different ruins discovered simultaneously. Or we'd already discovered that other one, maybe. Maybe that's what it was. So there's silicon there. Okay, yep, that's what it was. There was another ruin, not the one that I was actually staring at, that got discovered and investigated. Lots of pirates in this system. And it looks like they're vying for control over a couple different colonies here too. Hidden pirate base there, hidden pirate base, and pirate fortress there. Okay, so these guys, that guy needs to just get out of there. Move you there. We need to take a look. We do have more retrofits complete, it looks like. So that one is complete. And we're going to send this one, and we're going to have him explore all systems in this sector. So he's going to go to each of these systems in turn, fully exploring everything, at least until he gets low on fuel. Let's see. Everything else is busy there. This construction ship should be, I presume, retrofitted. 2 energy plants, 2 high-tech, yep. So, let's send you off. And at some point, I'm going to add, let 1 or 2 colony construction ships go on manual control. But this early in the game, again, I am going to pretty much control these things manually. See if I can find something, a system with resources that I... There's too many pirates in the system up there to go up there. Some of these aren't fully explored yet either. This looks like a good system. Let's see what's here. It's close enough to my existing. It's got carbon fiber and polymer in very high quantity, so that's what we'll do. Send you up here and build a... Is there a mining station on it already? There isn't, or I'd be able to see it. Either that or somebody else has a mining station on it. That might be the case. Got unknown fuels on those. There. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll build a weapons research lab over here. Since that has... Now, you can only have one mining station on any given planet or moon, and it doesn't matter what race they are. Two races cannot both have mining stations on a planet or moon. But things like, I think, resource bases and research stations, I believe, are not mutually exclusive. Oh, they captured my exploration ship. I was afraid they'd get that. Okay, that's fine. I'll throw another one together. Okay, I do need to consider expanding my military a little bit. I want to see if any of my civilian ships, how many of my civilian ships are not upgraded yet. So let's take a look. We're looking at a light hauler Mark IV. Cargo freighter Mark IV. Let's take a look at my civilian ships here real quick. Oops, autosave. I think for the next stream I'm going to bump the autosave to 1 hour intervals instead of half hour.